What's up, everybody watching this? This is my Impact on Pop review for May 3rd, 2016. Anyways, here we go with my Impact on Pop review. I'll try to make this under 30 minutes. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm going to try to because I'm really tired, not really in the mood for even doing a review, but I felt like I had to. So, I worked today, and then when I got home I had to do an hour and a half of yard work. Cutting the grass takes a while, and then whatever. I had to do other work on my house. So that's why I'm tired. But I'm going to still do my review. It doesn't take much energy to do this, so I'm going to do it. If I seem a little tired and out of it, I'm sorry. Kicked off with Bobby Lashley showing up at a gym. And he was telling the camera, we're going to find out if Drew Galloway is in there. We're going to find out if the champ is in the gym. And then Lashley goes in the gym and attacks Drew. That was a pretty good start to the show. Pretty cool idea to do that. And then he throws him in the gym. He throws Drew, the TNA World Champion, the current TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He throws Drew Galloway into a MMA cage, which was pretty insane. Then he starts putting his MMA gloves on, wrapping them up, and that was pretty cool. So then they fight and they brawl for a little bit in the MMA cage, and it was a really good start to the show. And then they went to a EC3 video package. Also, Mike Bennett was in it, but basically it was EC3. It was a video package on him and what Michael Bennett, the Miracle, did. He defeated EC3 and pinned him and defeated the streak and broke the streak of EC3. And then after that, up next we had Maria come out. She was standing on the stage to introduce her husband, her man, the Miracle, Michael Bennett. Mike Bennett comes out then with Maria. And Maria, the Miracle, Mike Bennett cuts a promo. It was pretty damn good stuff. He talks about, I pinned EC3, not Sting, not Bully Ray, not Kurt Angle, not Bobby Lashley, not Bobby Roode. None of them could beat EC3 and pin him. But Michael Bennett says the Miracle did it. And then he keeps yelling on the mic, I am God. He kept saying, I am God. Of course, that got boos from the crowd. And then after that, we had, who came out? Jeff Hardy comes out. Jeff Hardy comes out, interrupts the Miracle, and doesn't like what he's saying. Jeff Hardy yells at him, you're not God. So basically, just shut up. Saying you're not God. But after that, the Miracle says they do it, or the Miracle was about to leave, then Jeff Hardy says, I want to fight you and face you right now. And then the Miracle says, basically, maybe later. And then Jeff Hardy says, no. Why don't we do it right now? And he attacks Michael Bennett. So that was pretty good. And then after that, we have Jeff Hardy versus the Miracle. It was very short match. I believe it ended in DQ. Because Lashley, I believe, I don't know why I can't remember, probably because I'm tired, but I think Lashley came out, interfered, speared Jeff Hardy or something, and it was a DQ. After that, Bobby Lashley is pissed. He gets on the mic and says he wants a World Heavyweight title shot, and he wants it now, and he wants it tonight. And then he calls out, he says, Dixie Carter, get out here, because I want my world title shot. He hasn't earned a world title shot, so I don't know why he thinks he deserves one, but whatever. Dixie Carter comes out and says, you think you deserve a world title shot? Well, maybe you do, and tonight you'll be in the main event. against Michael Bennett, The Miracle, and Jeff Hardy in a three-way dance. Winner becomes the new #1 contender for the TNA World title. So, good job, Dixie, making that main event. After that, we had, so after Dixie made the main event for the night, we had Decay with a backstage. Holy fuck, my hair is sticking up in the air. Anyways, we have Decay backstage. This was weird. This was fucking creepy, but I loved it. I mean, some people said it was too insane and it was sick, whatever. I've seen hundreds of horror movies, so I'm not fazed by any gore or anything that grosses people out. I'm not fazed by it. Whatever. But the only thing I've ever been grossed out by was this movie called The Human Caterpillar. That movie is very gross. I don't recommend you see it. They made 3 of them. The first one has a decent story, but not really. Second one is just crap and just, I don't know how to describe it, but The Human Caterpillar, if you ever heard of that movie, I don't recommend you see it, because you'll probably get sick and you might vomit when you're watching it. So, up next, Decay, as I said, backstage, doing a backstage segment. Rosemary is talking a lot. She's cutting a promo saying, tonight, Decay starts to change. Things are going to start to change around here tonight. And Rosemary keeps talking. And then Crazy Steve, I think he might got spit mist in his face by Rosemary. I missed that part, but Crazy Steve starts coughing, acting like he's going to throw up, which was weird. He was acting like he was infected by a zombie or something. It was weird. And then Rosemary, some crap almost fell over here. Rosemary says to Abyss, take your mask off. He takes it off. The camera's shooting him from behind. He throws the mask on the floor. This was pretty crazy, but I enjoyed the segment. It was good. It was a cool segment. Then Rosemary gets up in Abyss's face, like right up in his face, right up in his grill. I thought Rosemary was going to start making out with Abyss. I didn't know what the hell she was going to do. But she spits in Abyss's face. It was probably mist. I don't know. I'm sure it was water, but whatever. It was something, because Abyss started coughing like it was a poison chemical, like it burned his face or something, whatever. And then she tells Abyss, he'll be fine, you'll be fine. And we saw later he was fine. So that was a good backstage segment from Decay, and a lot of talking from Rosemary, which she's pretty creepy, but she's entertaining, in my opinion. She's a good character. So then Steve gets, or not Steve, then Decay, after that backstage segment, I believe they went to a commercial, came back, and Decay is coming out to the ring. And then Abyss reveals that he's no longer wearing a mask, that he has basically face paint on his face to look like Rosemary and Crazy Steve. So Abyss now fits in and looks like them more. So that was a pretty cool look for Abyss, finally, to get rid of the mask. I was sick of the mask. He had it long enough. And now he has crazy face paint on, which looks pretty damn cool. It was a cool design. Anyways, Decay's in the ring cutting a promo, and then Rosemary says, Steve, you're going to get to talk now, Crazy Steve. The floor is yours, basically. Crazy Steve starts talking and says, we are the death dealers. Whatever that means. I don't know, but it's creepy. And as I said, Abyss had face paint on. It looked good. And then Abyss says, he says now he is free from his pain. Now that I guess his mask is off. Now he's free from his pain. and how he feels beautiful. And he says, "I am beautiful." That was pretty funny. So after Abyss says that, James Storm and Beer Money's music hits. I'm pretty sure this was a new taping that TNA did 1 or 2 weeks ago. So Beer Money's music, I was expecting to not see Bobby Roode, and of course he was not there because he left TNA. But Beer Money's music still hit. James Storm came out, got a good reaction, cut a promo talking about Beer Money may be gone, but he is James Mother effing Storm. And then he basically says he's going to run in the ring and beat the crap out of Decay by himself. That he doesn't care because he is James Mother effing Storm. And of course he's drinking a beer, and he has a beer with him because he always does. So then James Storm gets in the ring, starts, and then it goes to Abyss versus James Storm. It's up next, or is pretty soon. And then Abyss versus James Storm starts. Abyss wins. It was a pretty decent match. It wasn't great, but it was decent. Abyss wins. That was good to see. And then he wins by spitting mist in the face of James Storm. He spit mist. It looked like it was blue. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty cool that Abyss did that. Something new for his character to start doing. And then after the match, after Abyss defeats James Storm, we have Maria backstage. Let me get a drink here. Maria is backstage, cutting a promo, talking about her plans for the Knockouts division, and she hopes Jade is smarter than Gail Kim. Jade is the current reigning Knockouts champion, if you did not know. So then Maria basically teases that she's coming out to the ring. And she does. And Maria comes out, calls out Jade. Jade does not show up at first. And then they keep playing her music. And Jade finally comes out. Jade and Maria face off on the mic. Maria tells Jade, straight up, "You're going to lay down for me. You're going to lay down for me, and I'm going to pin you. And I'm going to become Knockouts champion." And Maria says, "Because I deserve to be Knockouts champion." Jade doesn't agree to lay down, thank God. And then Maria brings out a new Knockout that just signed with TNA. I mean, they owe a lot of money to, I believe, some companies that have funded them for their TV tapings. So I guess, even though TNA owes a lot of money, I don't know how they're still signing new talent, but they signed this Knockout, Serena or Saraya. I believe it's Saraya, whatever her name is. It's Sienna, Saraya, whatever her name is. Jade versus a new Knockout. And basically it wasn't really a match. The new Knockout basically destroys Jade, and it was good to see. I believe the new Knockout, I think I've seen her before, but I don't know in which company. I think it was Shimmer or maybe NXT. I've seen her before once or twice. I don't know where. Somewhere I've seen her. Maybe it was on the internet. I don't know. So the new Knockout, it was good to see a new Knockout for the division and for TNA. Because they need a couple more new Knockouts, and they need a couple more X Division wrestlers and a couple more tag teams, in my opinion. If they're going to survive. Who knows if they're going to survive. I hope they do. Because I still, as a fan, TNA is not what it used to be, but as a fan, I still enjoy watching a different company, a different product than WWE. I still enjoy watching TNA. EC3's there. He's a highlight. Maria's there. Michael Bennett's there. Drew is there. Rockstar Spud, big fan of that guy. He's there. A couple other people. Gail Kim. Velvet Sky just left the company. Jade, I'm a fan of Jade. And there are probably a couple others I'm a fan of also that are in TNA. So, up next we have Jeff Hardy. I believe it was a Jeff Hardy promo backstage. He was talking about the main event and how he's going to basically win. Then we have The Miracle, Michael Bennett, backstage with Jeremy Borash. And Jeremy Borash was supposed to be joined by EC3 so we could hear from EC3. He didn't show up, but Michael Bennett did, and he rips EC3. Basically says he ended his streak, and EC3 is scared to show up. Up next, the King of the Mountain match is up next for the King of the Mountain title. It's about time they had a King of the Mountain match. If they're going to have that title around, it's about time they finally do a King of the Mountain. I think it's been a while since, I think last Slammiversary is the last King of the Mountain match they did. Anyways, King of the Mountain match, the champion is Bram. I do not like Bram. The guy is a woman beater, and I'm not a fan of women beaters at all. Never will be. Bram, I think, is a scumbag for ever hitting his ex-girlfriend, and I will not forgive the guy, ever. Bram, I will admit the guy's a good worker. The guy's a good, insane, crazy type character, but I don't like the guy. So Bram is going up against and defending against Eli Drake, Andrew Everrent, whatever his name was, Andrew somebody, Jesse Goddard, and Eddie Edwards. This is basically 5-way for the King of the Mountain Championship, and they got the penalty box at ringside because that's part of the King of the Mountain rules. I still don't remember fully all the King of the Mountain rules. There's too many. If you pin somebody, then you get to go outside and get the ladder and hang the belt. It's very confusing. I don't know all the rules. I forget them. And whoever gets pinned, I believe, goes to the penalty box, and it's confusing as hell. The King of the Mountain rules make my head want to explode because there are too many rules. So, anyways, Bram wins and retains the King of the Mountain Championship. Whoop-titty-doo-dah, I don't care. Not a fan of Bram, never will be. Up next, we had a Drew Galloway, the World Champion promo. It was pretty damn good. Up next, we have a Matt Hardy promo. He was wearing a hood. He looked deranged. He looked like he hasn't shaved in over a month. His beard was going gray. He looked psychotic. Matt Hardy did not look good. He didn't look healthy. He looked tired. I don't know. Maybe that's just his new character. Whatever. Matt Hardy cuts a promo, says basically he's coming back or something like that. And he's going to get his revenge on what Jeff did to him in their I Quit match. So I thought Matt was gone from TNA. I thought his contract ended when he got beat by Jeff, but I guess not. I guess he still has a contract because he showed up on TV tonight. And again, these tapings, I believe, were 2 weeks ago, I think. Now the main event. First, EC3 comes out. Miracle, Michael Bennett comes out with Maria, the gorgeous, hot, sexy, attractive, smoking hot Maria is out there with her husband. EC3 comes out, comes face to face with Michael Bennett and says, yeah, I didn't lose for a long time, but it was a pretty damn good promo. Tells Michael Bennett they will go at it again. And then he says, I'm not going to shake your hand because I don't respect you like that. And anyways, it was great to see EC3 back on TV after losing last week. Losing his undefeated streak of never being pinned. Or I believe he's never submitted either. I think he lost by count out before or something. Anyways, main event starts. Miracle versus Bobby Lashley versus Jeff Hardy. This was going to be a pretty good 3-way, I thought, and it was pretty good. I have another piece of paper with a lot of stuff that happened in the main event. First, we had Lashley and Michael Bennett teaming up. They teamed up, attacked Jeff Hardy. They started working together against Jeff Hardy. Then he ducked a clothesline, jumped off the ropes, did a double clothesline, knocked down Lashley and the Miracle. That was pretty good. Drew Galloway, the world champion, was a special guest referee, if I didn't mention that before. Lashley then, the guy's wearing a headband again in the match, looking like LeBron James, whatever. You're not in the finals or the playoffs. Lashley, quit wearing a headband like you're in the NBA. It's stupid. It's a stupid look. Maria's at ringside also. As I said, she came out earlier and she was looking great, as she always does. Jeff Hardy hits, I believe the move's called Whisper in the Wind, where he's on the top rope, standing backwards, and then he flips back, does a flip, or jumps backwards and does a flip. I believe it's called Whisper in the Wind. I hope I'm not wrong about that. He does a whisper in the wind on the floor, taking out the Miracle and Lashley to the floor. It was pretty good. Good spot, pretty cool to see. Then Lashley gets in the ring, accidentally, well, not really accidentally, but spears the referee, Drew. And then Jeff Hardy hits a twist of fate on Lashley, and then he hits a swanton bomb also on Lashley. So Lashley should have been out. Lashley should have been finished. Jeff Hardy could have won, but Drew was not there to make the 3 count. And then Jeff Hardy takes out Michael Bennett on the outside of the ring, lays him out on the stairs. So Michael Bennett is laid out on the stairs, back first, laying on the stairs. Jeff Hardy climbs up to the top, does a swanton bomb on top of Michael Bennett on top of the stairs. That had to hurt. It was pretty cool spot. That had to hurt Michael Bennett a lot. Probably hurt Jeff Hardy a lot too. And then Decay makes an appearance, and Crazy Steve attacks Jeff Hardy viciously on the outside. And then Abyss grabs Jeff Hardy, choke slams him on the steel stairs. So Jeff Hardy was taken out by Decay and basically was not going to win this match. Then Lashley gets in the ring, spears Jeff Hardy, Lashley runs from the outside of the ring. He runs up the stairs and jumps off the stairs and spears Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy flies backwards and hits the ring post. That was pretty insane, and that was a cool spot. And then Drew ends up, Lashley gets in the ring, spears Jeff Hardy. 1, 2. Drew didn't want to count it. He went like this, very slow. 1, 2, and then he's like, I gotta do it. And then he counted to 3. So Drew did the right thing. He made the 3 count. The new number 1 contender is Bobby Lashley. And then Bobby Lashley and Drew Galloway break out and start fighting each other in the ring. After the match, they attack each other. A brawl breaks out between the two. Lashley and Drew fighting each other, and then the show ends. Pretty good episode of Impact on Pop, I thought. I was entertained by it. Very good work from Rosemary, cutting promos, talking again. Great work from Decay. Good work from Jeff Hardy, EC3, The Miracle. Even good work from Lashley. And Drew did a good job, the stuff he did in the episode. Jane Storm did a good job also. In the knockouts, Maria, she did a good job when she talked. And Jade did a good job. The new knockout did a good job. Good episode of Impact on Pop, in my opinion. It's worth watching. Find it on YouTube or something if you don't have Pop TV. I have Pop TV, so I watch it every week. Hope you enjoyed my Impact on Pop review for May 3rd, 2016. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter at TNAWWE Guy. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't already. Bye for now, everybody.